you so close to me right now?
Today we're in a sunny farm-surrounded cottage in Kent where 4 hopeful siblings are ready to showcase their talents in the kitchen. Starting off, we've got vlogger and baking enthusiast, Millie.
To mean what that doesn't mean that I'm not good at them. I see the ones and Z's and I'm like, rubbish.
Following her up, we've got the 24 Days of Hilly creator herself, Harriet.
I'm really nervous right now. If I come in chocolate, no one's gonna know.
Next up, the most enthusiastic child actor in Kent, Teddy.
Our time down here. Excuse me. We are just going along with the roll.
And last but not least, the Xbox legend with about 1,000 different personalities, Archie.
Well, Archie, get yourself together.
Millie's up first with her cream egg ice cream cake and calzones. I am making a cream egg ice cream cake. I can't realise that it takes 6 hours to make, so today could be a long day. Once Millie's made the buttery biscuit base, she quite literally whips up the different ice creams. Mum, would you say this is soft and pillowy? She then lays them up to attempt to recreate a big cream egg. After all her hard work, she pops it in the freezer overnight. It's the day of Millie's Come Dine With Me meal, and it's safe to say she's pretty nervous.
And I see the ones and Z's and I'm like, rubbish. I could make much better. So I'm currently making the pizza dough for the calzones. I haven't made them before, so could go wrong, but right. Right. That's good. I'm not actually supposed to sieve whole grain flour, and I've been doing so for the last good 20 minutes. Yep, that's fine, but you know, that's why you start these things early, that's why you get organised, and I hate this.
Are you going to say something, or
Nah.
She then lets the dough prove for a couple of hours before making her marinara sauce.
How's it going, Millie? Really well, thanks. I feel like I've got it semi under control. Right, that's a bit too much. What the heck? Under control.
And have you considered entertainments for your guests?
How many of your guests have arrived? You're already here and I'm... So what do you think of Millie so far as a host?
so far she hasn't really said much to me.
Did she ask you to do that?
Yeah.
So the host is making you do the chores?
Yeah.
Looks like more guests are arriving. Guests have arrived. Hello, guests.
And here it is, Millie's chicken mozzarella and pepper calzones with marinara sauce on the side.
Things have changed.
Is it good?
Two little lambs jumped over a sheep and the one little lamb went under it.
Nice. Buzz off. And not to forget the cream egg chocolate mess for dessert.
Oh, look at
Oh my god!
this! Is horrible. This is haunting.
Can you make it a bit more chipper?
If I came across this house at night and this music was playing, I would run.
I'd be like, oh.
Nice one, as long as you don't dance on it.
This is what I'm playing as. That's what you do.
So Millie's done all she can, but what did her guests think of her Italian dish?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that meal actually. I thought a lot of time had gone into it. Well executed, the ice cream cake. Mwah. The thing I would say is that the experience was rather sort of, certain few people may have had a bit too many to drink. I didn't. I'm completely sober and sort of found it a bit awkward.
Whoa! There you go.
This is what I mean when, people are getting drunk. The sauce. And, I think that really made it
So, despite his awkward sober experience, Archie rated Millie's meal a 10 out of 12.
So, I'm away.
It's like a studio, it's not a vlog. It's not a vlog, this is Come Dine With Me.
That meal was amazing. It was out of the room. And, oh there she is. Thank you, Mills. I'm not a big fan on cheesecake.
It wasn't a cheesecake.
I still think that she
nice
made
cream cake,
the Oreo base and the cream. Oh, the layers flat together like this. See you again.
Teddy also gave the flap together layer cheesecake and calzones 10 out of 12.
Really good meal. Calzone was beautiful, tasted really nice, really well appreciated with a little dip on the side, really like that. Thought there could have been a bit of a side salad on there as well, just to add a little bit to it. Presentation, lovely, it was great, the ice cream cake was lovely.
So, Dan the man gave a whopping 11 out of 12.
Patio's looking amazing. All it needed was an amazing meal to go on it. It did taste like authentic Italian cooking. My only criticism, which I think Millie said herself, was that the dough, the pizza dough, was a little bit thick, and the pudding, the care that had been taken, it looked like a giant cream egg. Absolutely delicious.
Apart from that pesky thick crust, Dids loved the meal and gave it full marks, 12 out of 12.
Millie cooks us up a right treat. Like the supply teacher that comes in and can't control the class. What? Calzones were great, sure, really nice. But they were a bit confused about, like, am I a creamy calzone, am I a tomatoey calzone? Then took some tomato sauce and put it as a dip.
Right, that's not what happened at all.
It's kind of what happened. So she used whole grain flour because we didn't have any plain flour, but then she sieved out the whole grain, so she was left with plain flour, and then mixed the whole grain back in, and then was like, yeah, it's just we didn't have any plain flour, like love. Calzone looked great, and like a restaurant, but the ice cream cake looked great as well. Right. The ice cream cake was great on the plate, yes, and you can see all the different colour layers, really nice, really good. But then she just plopped it in a bowl, like willy-nilly, like...
Harriet really didn't like that willy-nilly bowl presentation, so deducted 2 marks and gave her 10 out of 12. Millie's calzones were definitely the crowd pleasers she was after, landing her with 53 points overall. Up next is Harriet with her personalised burritos and brownie and chocolate straws. Tell me about what you're doing right now.
So you need to introduce me, like, welcome to me to my house or something?
No.
No. Not very good video, is it? Am I playing a part, or...? I've actually started with pudding today. So my pudding is going to be brownies. I'm really nervous right now. And chocolate strawberries, but the strawberries are kind of mouldy, kind of fine. But if they're covered in chocolate, no one's going to know. You could do like some cream or some ice cream, really, but... Fire? What is that? A tiny chick or something? Like a fly?
I always thought it was egg poo.
Oh, we didn't have enough cocoa because due to the corona crisis, I asked for cocoa on the shopping list and we were able to pick up his cacao nibs, which I don't know if you've seen a cacao nib before, but that ain't going anywhere near my brownies. It looks like gravel, I swear. Quite nice.
Oh, that's horrid. That's like pure, like the chocolate without the sugar.
Yeah, cacao.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's really gross.
Right, it's so rude.
Once she's done with the mix, she pops the brownie in the oven to cook.
I just don't know if I should be cooking that right now or if I should save that to later.
Well, it's a bit late now.
She could have smell-o-vision right now. It stinks of brownie. I can't believe I just made the most perfect brownie. And then it turned on the hob, which it was under when I meant to turn on this one. Damn, it stinks. I literally just think I've ruined this brownie. How do you even cook a brownie on the hob? Will you stop smoking, please? Hello. So at the moment I've moved on to my main, so I finished a brownie, and so I'm now just kind of prepping things for later because I don't want to get behind later on. I feel like there's quite a lot at once. So I'm just prepping my little tomato salsa.
Ooh, homemade.
Yeah. How wrong can you get? Am I right, ladies? Am I right, ladies?
Yeah.
No one's even gonna watch what we're trying to do.
Most skillless chopping you will ever see. Cool, on closer. Right, so update me.
So, what do you want to know?
Come on, that's not updating me.
Harriet makes her batch of chocolate strawberries before constructing each of the burritos with lots of Mexican goodies.
Fly? Seriously, why have you come around such a camera hog as that fly?
An absolute burrito station.
Yeah, I kind of need like 10 more members of staff right now.
It's not long before she serves her tinfoil wrapped treats to her guests.
Right, why are you reading?
Well, I'm Millie.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? Not me. Get off.
I just want 5 seconds of fame, okay?
Right, get off. She then serves up her chocolate strawberry and chocolate brownie dessert for dessert. How is it, guys?
Look natural, Ted, just eat.
Yummy, schwummy.
Harriet's definitely impressed with her Mexican dream, but has she done enough to win over her guests?
Really liked the burrito because it was a nice wrap, and she'd obviously worked quite hard on it, so when I ate it, I just could feel that nice taste in my mouth tingling away. And I was relieved when I found out that there was seconds, and for the brownie was a bit burnt on other people's, but for mine it wasn't burnt, and it was just a nice kind of crumbly cookie, but in a brownie, and wasn't in a squiffy shape. And there was some nice nachos, kind of putting it in a puddle of nachos. I think it was a mouth drizzling, water gurgling meal.
Teddy couldn't have thought it was that water gurgling, because he gave Harriet a 10 out of 12.
Really, really impressed with the quality of the food. It was so tasty. For the burritos, new idea. Had never really eaten burritos at home before. Loved the fact we were doing that. Brownie was a bit burnt on the bottom, which unfortunately upset it. If that hadn't been burnt, I think it would have been a full 12 points.
Because of that darn hob brownie, Harriet gets 11 out of 12 from Dan.
Harriet's meal was a bit of a surprise because she served it in tinfoil, so you didn't know what was coming at all, really, other than you knew it was a burrito. But in the same way that Millie had taken us to Italy, it was just an authentic Mexican flavour. And I should have had one because it was enormous, but when the shout out went for seconds, I had to. Sometimes you've got to do these things. And then the care that she put into her pudding, and she, you know, in fairness, if there was a criticism, obviously there was a little bit of a burnt char-grilled flavour going on with the brownies. She hadn't just dipped the strawberries in fruit, she'd given it that little bit of zigzagging that you get in restaurants.
Dip the strawberries in fruit?
So, the strawberries in chocolate, you know, just shows the effort that had gone into it. It was beautiful.
So beautiful, in fact. Dids gave Harriet a what? Are you for it? Or? 12 out of 12.
Yeah, the burritos, incredible, tasted lovely.
Yeah.
The strawberries were very nice pudding. Brownie, however, just the fact they were put on a hob just doesn't sit well with me, that I was eating burnt greaseproof paper as well as a brownie. Deducted a mark for a lack of effort when taking the brownies off the hob.
It's because I was washing up my stuff, which some of us don't do, which is why I didn't
Which is what I did.
God.
There wasn't a lot of things going on for presentation. It was put in tinfoil.
Yeah, but that's what a burrito is.
I know, but it's just...
Shut up already. Unfortunately, the chocolate strawberries didn't impress enough, whilst Archie gave the lowest score yet, 8 out of 12. Burritos were insane, but she did put avocado in, even though she made a Google form for all of us, and I definitely said no avocado. And effort again was 3, because I think she did put a lot of effort in, but not as much as me. And her brownie did end up being burnt.
I'm so mad that everyone's penalising me for this burnt brownie when it's not even like a traditional burnt brownie that's burnt. It got somehow like taken out of the oven at the perfect time and then left on a hot hob, so burnt.
Right, and whose silly fault was that?
Mine.
Harriet really shot herself in the foot with that burnt brownie.
Will you shut up about the burnt brownie?
In total, Millie gave her 10 out of 12. Harriet's Mexican dish was definitely popular, but unfortunately not popular enough, as she comes in just under Millie with 51 points. Next to take the baton, Teddy, with his guacamole dip and things to dip in it, jacket potato miso bolognese, strawberry sundae things, and a fruity mocktail.
There definitely Definitely are not potatoes. There are potatoes at the back. Oh.
Are you looking for baked potatoes?
Oh, they're
Yeah.
not baked potatoes.
They're the
Oh,
new
for
potatoes.
goodness sake.
I ain't looking for them.
Looking for- oh,
Excuse me. We need the cheese.
Right, I haven't got baked potatoes, but the
Who would do that?
Kept it out of the fridge for a bit and now it's just crumbled into 1,000 pieces.
Well,
Well, I saw Millie stuffing that back in the fridge.
It was not me. Coming from you, that's great. Like the whole thing for your burritos.
Wait, who did what?
Teddy, we haven't got a lot.
Eating the mixed fruit.
It's what Dan does.
we've got the bolognese on, the potatoes in the oven, which are only going to take another 34 minutes. We got the guacamole on its way, and we are just going along with the roll. I'm cutting up the tomatoes now to put in the guacamole. Then we have to just let it all out, get the piece of bread, slice it up, get everything else in. Should be going on the roll. Need to put these in the fridge. Whilst I'm waiting, I shall get my sticks on the dough. It's bread.
I will do it, yeah, but can I?
F has always got to try its own creation. No, okay.
That sounded a bit weird.
Classic.
Hey guys.
Teddy finally serves up his avocado starter alongside a fruit mocktail. Following this are the big masterpieces, the jacket potato mice.
You actually stuck the noses on really well.
Here they are.
Boys and radish now it is.
No.
And then, before long, it's time for the last course. Strawberry eaten mess sundae kind of thing.
What is going on here?
Teddy definitely won in terms of cute factor, but did he do enough to impress his guests?
He went all out. All the food groups covered. There was a nice variation of the foods in there. All the flavours worked with each other. He put so much effort into planning his meal, looking at the recipes and finding all those. And the presentation, you've seen the mice. How can you not argue? So presentation, 4 points for presentation. Effort, 4 out of 4. And taste, 4 out of 4.
Dan loved those little radishes, so gave the meal full marks, 12 out of 12.
Okay, so Teddy's meal just was such a heartwarming meal. He'd prepared the table like nobody else, I'll be honest, and it just melted your heart from the first minute. These kind of slightly goggly-eyed froggies with their carefully chopped vegetables and pita breads. And then he comes in with this massive jug of his own recipe, no less. He hadn't followed anybody else's. His own recipe, lemonade and fruit punch. His mice were beautiful to look at. Delicious corn bolognese, and the pudding so carefully put together. There was a lot of work in there. I know he had help, obviously, but there was a lot of work in there for an 8-year-old boy, and he rose to the challenge. He took a lead. He wasn't going, Daddy, what shall I do? He was like, get back, I've got an idea for this.
Again, the cute mice and frog dips really won Dids over, as she gave Teddy his second 12 of the day.
Tasted rather lovely. Left me feeling not bloated, but full afterwards. Obviously was helped rather a bit by adult, and I feel we were sort of snaked by Teddy, as he did 3 courses when we'd agreed previously that it was a 2-course meal. The presentation, obviously it had a face, so it's got to be 4 out of 4.
Despite his grumpy way of saying it, Archie enjoyed the meal and gave it a 10 out of 12.
Taste-wise, take it a 4 just because it was really cute and nice and refreshing and like a good amount of food, because it was 4 courses, which you might think overwhelming, but it wasn't. It was just nice. It was just really great tastes and stuff. I thought, well, he gets a 3 because he had quite a lot of parental supervision. And I know you're thinking, Harriet, he's 8, give him a break. And yeah, I'll give him a break, which is why it's not 2, but I feel like it would have been really impressive if he didn't have any single bit of help. Plus that would have just been funny to see what he like dishes up. It would have been like, I don't know, it just would have been really funny. But yeah, he did try really hard and he was stressed in the kitchen, which was just really cute to watch.
Cute enough that Harriet actually scored him 11 out of 12.
It was very healthy. Usually healthy, but like, but it was real good, so came away feeling really revitalised, so yeah. He did really, really well, but it was only a couple hours he was spent on it, and I know that me and Harriet spent so much time on ours, like genuinely about 5 weeks, so you know, you got to compare it to the best. And then presentations got a bit of 4. If I could give a 10, I would, but...
Despite not spending 5 weeks on his meal, Millie gave Ted's an overall score of 10. Teddy absolutely smashed it with his 4-piece meal, giving him the current highest score of 55 out of 60. Archie's last up with his veggie lasagna, homemade garlic bread and chocolate profiteroles for dessert.
So far nothing's gone wrong, and just...
When did you start?
I haven't started yet.
Oh. Okay, fair
Oh
enough.
no, this is my own recipe.
Right.
I didn't actually take this from anywhere.
I didn't realise you were Tanya Ramsey, but it's okay.
What? Eh? Who's Tanya Ramsey? Feeling good, I'm feeling pumped, so I'm ready to get going. I've sifted the flour 3 times, done the chocolate, beaten the eggs.
Before making his lasagna, Archie cooks up his long-awaited ambitious choux pastry for his profiteroles.
Done 1 spoon. Oh man, wasn't nearly as effective as I hoped. Just gonna...
No! Minus 10,000 points for making me squirm.
Oh man,
No, don't make that.
this is not working out. Just stand in a basin of cold water so it will cool quickly.
Oh god.
So that's exactly what I'm doing. Being last, they save the best till last. You know, so it actually gives me that extra boost of confidence that I feel is needed for an ambitious dinner that I'm making. That's looking really good actually. Actually remember from videos I've watched, it actually does look like someone's been sick in a bowl for parts of it, so I think this is perfect. But I'm just gonna...
Right. Can I have...
Their shoes here. Oh, my glasses.
Ooh. Once he's cooked the vegetables, Archie layers up the lasagna to make a cheesy Italian surprise.
I'm just gonna put this in here.
Once he's made the garlic bread, he makes the chocolate sauce for the profiteroles.
Stressed actually, really, just because it's just gone everywhere and I'm running out of time to do this because the dinner's going to be ready in a bit. Well, actually, get yourself together. I'll be okay.
He then makes the cream filling and constructs the profiteroles. And finally, he serves up his Italian dish, alongside some scrummy garlic ciabattas.
Hungry customers.
I'm literally
That's
No, my legs are itching for days.
Never again, will we leave behind bars, never again will we know.
Cake, please.
Whoa. No.
Oh, I see. That was immense.
No, come on now.
What? That was immense.
Oh,
That was acting.
that was silly.
Yeah, really good food, really good food. I'll do like another portion, but
I've got a choke on.
it's my necklace. I
No!
have sensitive skin.
And the last meal of the show, Archie serves up cream profiteroles with chocolate sauce.
think last time I tried to make choux, which was like when I was 8.
What are you doing? Why
You've made choux before.
Chocolate sauce.
When I was like 8, I've only just remembered
Why are
it.
you right now? I've
It
got
went
wet
flat.
wipe on my plate.
I've just remembered I tried to make shoe when I was 8. Right, sounds like a dream.
1/2.
Maybe a bit big.
Mixing in the eggs and it actually was slightly slumped.
On the bottom,
No.
it's soggy because of the sauce, so I can't comment. Overall, it tastes delicious, so it doesn't matter.
Archie really went all out with that choux pastry, but did his guests appreciate the hard work?
It was a taste sensation. I could really feel the lovely lasagna seeds slipping down my throat with all the other corn and everything. He did turn on the Xbox halfway through, but he was working there for quite a long time, so that's going to be.
I turned on the Xbox and didn't use it.
It was quite a nice layout of when he did the profiteroles. I liked having 3 profiteroles. It's quite nice, and the lasagna with all the seeds and the corn. He followed the recipe well. Can I say, followed it well.
So, Teddy really loved having 3 profiteroles. Loved it enough to give it 10 out of 12.
Anything with garlic bread, homemade garlic bread in, it's just immense. I just think it was really tasty, although to be fair, no, boring. Effort, it's got to be a 2, just because he didn't spend ages on it. And I did say to him at lunch he should be starting now, and he just wasn't. And he did go and play Xbox halfway through, and I was like, a risky move. So, last but not least, presentation 3, because like didn't have faces, but also wasn't a bad brownie. Do you know what I mean?
Right! That Xbox playing really put Archie in the bad books, with Millie scoring him 9 out of 12.
Lasagna of all the pasta dishes is the hardest to cook. Well, we did get hold of the peppers, but unfortunately in lockdown situation they'd gone mouldy before he could use them. He'd opted for profiteroles, which are just incredibly challenging to make, but he wanted to have a go at it. And, you know, there he was, grafting away in the kitchen, not asking for any help from anyone, just knowing his stuff and doing what he did. And all credit to him, the focaccia garlic bread was absolutely delicious. Admittedly, the lasagna was a bit on the tomatoey side, but that was because there was half the ingredients weren't there. If I had any criticism of the pudding, it would be that he forgot an ingredient. The icing sugar was still on the side. Nearly marked him down for lack of effort because the Xbox was rolling at time of serving. But then, as he said, he never got a chance to actually play on it. He just thought he was going to.
Thank goodness he didn't start playing that Xbox, because Did gave him, wait for it, 12 out of 12. Unfortunately, Harriet caught the measles before filming her review, so we had to film her as a watercolour to keep her dignity.
So taste-wise, 4, because it was just nice. And have to eat that every day, to be honest with you. Could have eaten more, but I don't think it says how full we use, so. Effort, I hate to say it, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is a 2 out of 4.
What the heck? I made profiteroles for a reason.
Justifies a bit. Archie, he started at about 3 in the afternoon cooking, and then in the middle he took an Xbox break. I just don't think that there's that much effort gone into it.
I turned the Xbox on and I didn't use
On
it.
top of that, he made me lay the table and clear my stuff off it.
Yeah, of course you have to clear your own stuff off it. You don't just come waddling into my house, putting your stuff on the table and then not clearing it away.
Archie, I can't take this down to a 1
No, you can't.
for bad
Because
grace.
it's on film that you're being completely out of order.
I don't think I'm being. I think that you're getting so
think it-
defensive because you're not right.
Ridiculous.
Right. Left a whole side of washing up to be done afterwards, and just kind of didn't even help clear up. Just like wandered off. So actually, I might change that to a 1 for effort.
You're a 1. You didn't even try to take those brownies off the hob.
You know how in the actual kitchen, chef will like clear up any like dribbles of chocolate sauce, or like wipe up so the plate's nice and clean and looks really crisp. He didn't do that. I had to do it with my own finger, which is nice. Also, the lasagna didn't have like a face or anything, so.
Harriet was not impressed with her faceless lasagna, scoring Archie an 8 out of 12. So, Archie currently stands at 39 out of 60, meaning that Dan would have to score him 17 out of 12 for him to win. It's really going to be tight, but enough waiting. Let's find out the results.
So I'm not going to announce any losers because we don't do that here.
We're all winners
I'm
here.
going to announce the 3 losers. Shall I give you second place?
Yeah, second place.
Okay, second place
With a score of?
with a score of 53 out of... What's that out of?
4 times 12, come on.
48.
48. So in second place with a score of 53 out of 60 is myself.
What?
Can't believe
Well done, Millie.
I get the £10.
What are you talking about?
They're having their own conversation.
You want to say that to my face?
What?
What? First place and the winner of Come Dine With Me in this house in 2020 of April.
What? Of 2020 of April. What? It's absolutely crumbled.
With 55 points. And a cream egg.
We didn't know that.
Cream egg? I would have tried hard to find out I could win that. Is that my cream egg? Let's go to me and Arch get going and read us for the last.
So Archie got 49.
Oh, you having a joke?
And rubbish. Harriet got 51.
I pulled off profiteroles.
we were all
what?
2 apart.
Actually,
Nothing.
I would say all our threes were the same level of
rubbishness.
So
how did mine get less? Harry, you shouldn't have called me a one forever.
You were
I didn't
arguing
deserve a
whilst
You were
one.
arguing with me whilst I was scoring you.
I was like, Charlie's here.
forgotten.
Do apologise, Charlie and Elijah.
Elijah.
Is this my
Sound like I'm
spoon?
on the razzle.
So that concludes 2020 Come Dine with the GillCrisps. Don't forget to check out the bloopers. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
And the kid were like a pot of spice. What's this? Like, I'm so sorry. I want to cry right now. It's like, why was there a pot of sauce on the outside? Like, why was I not in the counter? Right.